Hello everyone, and welcome to the Retro Seller, where in today's episode we'll be taking a look at another Arcade1up product, that being this little thing behind me here, which is the Arcade1up Super Pac-Man Countercade. Now, Arcade1up released it about 3 years ago for $179. Unfortunately, it's no longer in stock, and the only way it seems to be that you can get it is on the secondhand market, which is where I actually got it. I got it on the Goodwill auction site for $48. You can, however, get it on eBay, where I've seen it anywhere from $160 to $230.99. I also saw it on Mercari for about $275. So, as with most things, just shop around to see if you can find it for a reasonable price. I'm not entirely sure if it's worth even $160. We'll see when we get into it and take a look at it. There are 4 games on it. Obviously, Super Pac-Man, the original Pac-Man, Rally X, and Dig Dug, which is mainly the one I kind of got it for Dig Dug. But there isn't anything as far as specs that I could tell you. So why don't we just take a look at it, play a few games, and see if that's something that you want to add to your arcade collection. So before we take a look at the Arcade1up Super Pac-Man, I just want to show you the difference in sizes between the original countercades that Arcade1up released and the size of the current ones. You can see that the original ones are obviously taller, a little bit wider, longer to depth-wise as well. And the only upgrade that there seems to be with the newer versions is this lit-up marquee. I'm not sure why they did it this way, because the reduction in size wasn't reflected in cost towards the consumer. So it's just cheaper for them, I suppose. I mean, the screens are roughly the same size, but other than that, it's significantly smaller. So if space is really an issue for you, then this would probably be the way to go. Not that this takes up that much more space, but just figured you want to see how they shrunk it down. But that's a look at that. So here's a closer look at it. As you can see, it's a good-looking little thing. I like the artwork on it. The buttons and the joystick are typical as far as the quality of an Arcade1up, similar to their 3/4 size cabinets and their partycades. So quality-wise, it's not great, but it's not terrible either. If you look here, you have the buttons. You have your super speed button. This also works as a select button. You also have these buttons, which you can use to pick 1 or 2 player. You have a audio headphone jack. You have your off and on button and your volume button, which is a nice change from the original countercades, where you had like your options were low and high, but this one you can adjust the volume much better. Here's your look at the side art. Nothing fancy, but I think it looks pretty good, and it's the same on the opposite side as well. So I guess I should also mention that the screen size is 8 inches. It's a LCD screen. It has decent viewing angles. Doesn't wash out when you look at it from the side like some of the older countercades that they released. So that is also somewhat of an improvement. And I guess I should also mention that the whole thing weighs about 13.6 pounds. So, you know, it's not heavy at all. So that is also positive. So this is the menu where you could look at the games. As I said, has obviously Super Pac-Man, Original Pac-Man, Rally X, and Dig Dug. So why don't we take a look at the system's namesake, and we'll play a little bit of each game, and we'll call it a day, because it shouldn't be that long of a video. Yes, I should also mention, if you press and hold the player 1 button for about 5 seconds, it will take you back to the main menu. So we're going to take a look at the last game on this countercade, that being Dig Dug, and then that'll do it for this video. Back here, you little bugger. And that'll do it. That was our look at the Arcade1up Super Pac-Man Countercade. So as we saw, it's a decent little system to have. If you like to have the arcade experience, but you don't have the space, the countercades are always a good option. However, the prices that it's generally going for, I highly doubt that it's worth, you know, $200 and some. Even at its original price, $179 was a little steep for what it is. But again, if you can get it at $48 like I got it, that's pretty much of a steal. And that, I think, is worth it. But overall, if you really like collecting these things, then sure, I would recommend it. But again, shop around. Anyhow, that'll do it for this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.